Good afternoon and welcome to Guest Video's exclusive coverage of the Geelong and District Football League for another season 1996. And we start 1996 as we finish 1995 as I introduce my co-commentator Ron Brain, Corio and Werribee Centrals in the grand final of 1995, and we're at Shell Reserve this afternoon for a rematch, a grand final replay. Corio and Werribee Centrals, good afternoon. The biggest man in local football, Ron Brain.
Good afternoon, Jason Doherty. Pleasure to be here, and both sides, some interesting new inclusions for 1996, and I'm sure that we'll see another great encounter of Geelong and District Football League, as we did in the 1995 Premiership battle.
Yes, as we look through both sides this afternoon, we just see them both going over for the unfurling of Corio's first senior premiership flag, the first in 20 years, so they're pretty proud of it, and they're going to have the unfurling. President Neville Whitley is over there this afternoon to unfurl the premiership flag as we look through the Corio side. Well, they've lost a few players from last year's premiership side, Ron.
Yeah, they certainly have, and obviously their coach from 95 in Wayne Tyquin, he's taken with him John Cousins to the St Albans Football Club, and I'm sure that the Geelong Football League Club in St Albans will be very fortunate to have such quality players from this Corio side included in their St Albans black and white Guernseys for 96. A loss for Corio, but it has now allowed a very knowledgeable player and entrepreneur, I'd call him, the big ruckman.
Ray Robertson.
Ray Robertson has stepped into Wayne Tyquin's shoes, having been the chairman of selectors in 1995, and I'm sure Robbo will do the club proud.
They've also lost Nevada Cornwall, who was an influential player in midfield last year for them, and also Dave Roach and Dave Wamsley, who were in the grand final side, both, and Ian Cockrell also, all to Drysdale, so a few losses there. But on the plus side, they've got a new guy that we've, Darren Aiken from North Geelong, was at Werribee and then at North Geelong last year. Dick Philpott told me that he was going to be the great sensation at Magpie Land last year. We only played one senior game. He's out here, got a clearance to Corio, so he's been named at centre-half back. He'll have a big job this afternoon. And a couple others, Darren Bennett's come back from the San Diego Chargers to play for Corio by the looks of it this afternoon. A couple others, Matthew Cullen, who I haven't seen play, Kelvin Keating I haven't seen play, and a young guy, Clinton Eldridge, who's played under-18 football out here, is a pretty good footballer. Was in their premiership side last year. Yes,
they're talking of the under-18 footballers, and I give the Corio Sporting Club here a compliment because they've stuck with their local component, and there's quite a number of them. The number 11 Guernsey today, worn by Danny Ruck, best and first winner last season. He is playing here this afternoon. Likewise, the number 16 Guernsey, Dave Nichols. Number 18 is Clinton Eldridge. And number 3, listed in as number 20 in your program. Just make a note of that, people out there listening to this call, that Paul Smith will be wearing number 3 here this afternoon, an under 18 boy. And all in all, it's good to see the kids getting an opportunity to produce their wares in 96.
Now, Werribee Centrals, they've also lost some influential players from their grand final side last year. The most notable ones, Brendan Jackson, Darren Fraser and James Ryan from their midfield. That is their ruck rover and centreman from last year's grand final side, so they're also going to be a big loss.
Yeah, Jackson especially being an interleague representative as the flag flies, the 1995 pennant.
And they put it up the wrong way. Would you believe that? It's upside down.
Well, it is early in the season. And, obviously, like the Werribee Central's team list, and we'll go through that very shortly, there's a number of changes being made to it, and I'm sure all these little bugs will get ironed out as the season progresses, Jason.
Now, just looking through the Werribee Central side, Brenton Vilchin's obviously an influential player at the centre bounces and around the ground, and it wasn't looking too good this morning weather-wise for the big ruckman, but it looks a bit better now with the sun out here and the ground in pretty good condition. So he's going to have a big battle against Ray Robertson. That's going to be a key to this match.
It's going to be a highlight of the game, and it could be a vital key to it. And I would suggest that Andy Hawkes, who is a little rover, could be very busy, and as long as Vilsons from Werribee Centrals can get it to young Hawkes to finish off that aerial supremacy, it'll have a big influence on the game, and only time will tell.
Now, Barry Delaney's the captain this year. He's taken over the captaincy, and some other influential players this afternoon could be Luke Ludick, who was a little goal sneaker around the forward line last year for Werribee Centrals. Scott Johnson, who had a good final series for them, and a few new recruits, as you said. Andrew Hawkes is one of them. Paul Day, Justin Morley, and James Lee are the guys that I haven't seen play before Werribee Centrals.
Okay, well, Justin Morley, very good player, had left the club for personal reasons there. I think he broke a leg a couple of years ago and has now come back to the club. He'll be starting at half-back wearing the number 10 Guernsey, not listed in the program, so that's Justin Morley. Number 17 here this afternoon, it's listed as Gary Barker, but it's actually going to be James Lee. Number 27 will be Gareth Buck, who has had some good years with the club and has returned. And Paul Day also, the big ruckman wearing number 60. Should be easy to pick out. He had army duties, having played with Werribee Centrals a couple of years ago, and has come back. So some welcome returns to just make up for the losses in the midfield. And only time will tell, Jason, whether the new replacements can maintain the standard that's been set in 95.
Well, it's a fairly good match to have first up, isn't it? Against Corio, the defending champs.
Yeah, it should be great. And having coming in from Bowenheads this morning, it was pouring with rain, very windy. The sun is shining here at the Shell Reserve. Conditions, the ground, perfect. And I congratulate the curator out here at the Shell Reserve. And I would suggest having a look at the premiership flag of the Corio Football Club earlier. The wind advantage is to the right of screen, and it's probably worth 3 or 4 goals, Jason. Did we notice who did win the toss?
Barry Delaney for Werribee Centrals won the toss and is going with the breeze in the first quarter, so a good toss to win first up.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and well, let's just see if they can use it. I'm sure Corio will be very defensive early, knowing the fact that the advantage is going to be with Werribee in this first quarter, and we'll be bringing you a kick-by-kick description on 94.9. Guest FM is country football, and Jason, all in all, it should be a great game.
You're back in fine form already, Ron. Good to see. Now, predictions firstly from us for today's game, and also we'll have a bit of a flutter because Brett Rovere likes it on who might win the premiership this year. We've only got one to play for, so there's no second and first division flutters for Brett Rovere this year, but this afternoon I think Corio might just be able to hang on in a very tight match, only because of the home ground advantage. I think it's going to be a pretty tight match all round today.
Yeah, agree, Jason. I'm with you. Corio in a close one.
And Brett, Corio, Werribee? Yeah, I knew you were going to go for that upset, Werribee Centrals. And also for the flag, well, I think Bannockburn look the flag favourites at the moment. They haven't lost anybody and have picked up a few notable players, so I think Bannockburn probably for mine.
Yes, I'll tend to agree with you there. I think you'll find another big improver in 1996 will be Belpost Hill.
Belpost Hill, Brett Rovere, Premiership, Bannockburn. Look, he's jumped on the Bannockburn bandwagon. No, I must admit he was on it last year.
And don't forget Geelong West Cricket and Football
Have
Club,
picked up a few players. Could be the smoky, couldn't they?
They could be a real smoky here this afternoon. And we see that the umpires here this afternoon, Jason.
Cameron Duthie and Jason Armstrong in the middle. Boundary umpires Daniel Cuddy and Dominic Valenti. And in the goals, Peter Taylor and Chris Drew. So good luck to those boys today.
Yep, good luck to the men in white. And don't forget, everybody listening, the men in white are always right.
Well, we can only hope. The first bounce will be taken by the biggest man in country football, Ron Brain. Let's go.
Yes, we've got Ray Robertson, the number 2 Guernsey, coach of the 1996 Corio Devils. And the bounce now favours Robertson, who gets the first kick of the 1996 Geelong District Footy League season. A nice quick kick, though, out of that pack was well done by, that looks like Wallace. No, it was Justin Morley, the number 10 Guernsey. As we see now, the ball goes between centre and centre-half forward. Werribee into attack. Umpire Duthie comes in, he'll bounce down.
Bounce down now, just inside the centre square. As we said, the breeze favouring the Werribee Central side in this first quarter. Day goes up with Ray Robertson. Gets the kick again away. That was Lance Muse. Up towards full forward for Werribee. Vilchins is there. Gets the handball away. He's got support. 3 over the top. Corio push in the back. Umpire Duthie has found it. It's going to be a push in the back. 3 or 4 Corio players there. Into the back of Brad Spicer, who we saw a lot last year in the back line for Werribee, but in the forward line today and have a kick for goal.
And that's the reason, because he's always been a real go-getter, this boy, Brad Spicer. In front, got the benefit, and he'll pop it through, I'd suggest. No more than 30 metres out, directly in front. And guess who kicks the first 6-pointer in 1996? Is the back pocket player, Bradley Spicer.
Good play by Vilchins there at full forward to get the handball away. Pushing the back came from Darren Shelley, in fact. And Brad Spicer finished off the goal for Werribee Centrals there. Great work from Brett Rovere too to get Luke Ludick coming up to congratulate Brad Spicer on our monitor here. So the first goal is up, and that's Werribee Centrals. 1 straight goal. Corio yet to score. Back in the middle now, Robertson and Day to go up again. Day gets it down. O'Toole straight through the middle, can't take it with him. There he is again, Mick O'Toole, the captain this year for Corio. Gets his left foot to it, long towards centre-half forward. Pack develops there. Bernardo standing in front. Good punch away from the back. Paul Baker's there. Quickly, the wingman gets his right boot to it, close towards the behind post. It's going to dribble out in front of Clinton Eldridge there. And a boundary throw in about 10 metres around from the Devils' goal.
This quarter being bought was by LBW Chartered Accountants in Maribel Street there, Commonwealth Bank level 4. Also special thanks to Buckley's Gaming Centre being major sponsors of Guest Video in 96.
Boundary throw in now, Day. He'll go up. And that's also Boyle there. Comes to the back of the pack. Werribee have the numbers. Good play by Mick O'Toole to push that Werribee player off the ball. Now, good play by Corio to get the ball close towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds on the full, in fact. Couldn't quite pick up who that was.
Going to be very tough too, Jason, from that right forward pocket at the Melbourne end of Shell Reserve. With this very, very blustery wind condition, will be the dead pocket, I'd suggest, for most of the afternoon, making scoring virtually impossible.
Greg Hart from the last line of defence for the Centrals. He goes long over half back for Werribee Centrals. There's nobody there for the Warriors, for the visitors, but it runs out of bounds anyway before Andrew Scott can get there, coming up from half forward for the Werribee Central side. So a boundary throw in on the wing, outer side here at the Devils playground. One straight goal, Werribee leads by that. Cry yet to score, throw in, Robertson and Day. With Vilchins at full forward. Good play by Robertson. Gets it to the leader of the band, McNamara. That was good play by him. He gets it to Danny Ruck, as we spoke before the game. The youngster on the wing today. He kicks towards half-back. Werribee Centrals have the numbers, and they run. Mickey Galauka, who we saw in the reserves grand final for Werribee Centrals last year. He kicks from half-back, goes over half-forward. Leading in the race for the ball is Paul Smith. He gets back there first for Cryer. Left foot kick close to the boundary line. It comes out now. Baker leads. Delaney in the race for the ball. Held on to there. No free kick. That was Darren Aiken, who we've spoken about also. He gets the ball further afield. Pushed out towards Baker again. And also that was Phil Boyle. They've got the numbers. Baker goes with his right foot close towards the boundary line at half forward. Sharky O'Toole's there leading in the race for the ball. He can't keep it in though. And a boundary throw in at half forward for Corio.
Sharky O'Toole too. Looks as though he's had a pretty big pre-season. He's trying to catch up with me, I suggest.
Could have went to the same place you did, I'd say.
Well, boundary throw in now to about half forward now for the Corio side. Picked up again by young Ruck, who's been busy, Danny Ruck. Goes to centre half forward. Looks there for his teammate there in Nichols. Nichols kicked over poor one and allows the Centrals to clear.
They do so now at half back, and that was good play there by Mick Collinson. Gets it further afield. Puts Johnson under pressure. Corio have the numbers. Can't pick the ball up though. Pack develops in the middle of the ground. The umpire lets play go. Good play there by Morley to get that left foot kick out. Shelley leads Vilchins in the race for the ball. Gets tackled but gets a handball away. And it was a good handball too. Further afield. Up towards the wing position. Good lead and a good mark. That's taken by Smith. And he's on the wing position right in front of us here. Goes with his left foot. Puts it out in front of Phil Boyle. Will he be able to keep it in? It goes over the back. Still got it there though. Cry the numbers now. Good play. Davey, the assistant coach this year, Cry, goes with his right foot long. They've got the numbers here. There's 2 on 1. O'Toole runs back and takes the mark in front of Muse. He also had support there in Eldridge.
Yeah, great vision, Ashley Davey. Kicked the ball long. Good unselfish football too from the Shark in Mark O'Toole. Just chips the ball back to the centre corridor of Shell Reserve and finds the ever-reliable dasher and vice-captain for 96 of the Cryo's side in Paul Baker.
Baker now comes in, right boot. Puts it straight through the middle for Corio's first goal in 1996. So they tie the game up. Corio one straight goal. Kicked by Paul Baker. Werribee Central's one straight goal. And good play there by the youngsters. Matthew Cullen off the half-back flank. Also Paul Smith on the wing. And Paul Baker finishing it off with a goal.
8.5 minute mark of this first quarter brought to us by LBW Chartered Accountants. For all your taxation and accounting requirements, give Andy Wazbowski, Peter Landers, or, of course, our little friend up there in Richard... I've forgotten his surname.
Oh,
he's a lovely bloke.
You've started well, haven't you, Ron? First goal. Back in the middle now. Day gets the tap down this time. Nobody at the foot of the ball, though, for Werribee. Matthew Cullen comes through. Handballs further afield. In the race for the ball. That was Morley off the half-back flank. Edgar gets tackled while he's got it. Also there, Greg Hart. Scott Johnson can't pick it up. Scramble in the middle of the ground at the moment. Still got the numbers, though. Barry Delaney for Werribee Centrals. He gets it out further afield. There's Day. The big ruckman leads. Aitken comes at it. Can't take the ball with him. Pushed further afield by Dobie towards Johnson. But great play there by Mostert. And the Mozzie goes away from half-back up towards centre half forward. Good lead and good mark. Ashley Davey.
He's been a focal point for the Devils at centre half forward. The pass up, Yuki.
Can't take the mark, though. Eldridge. Morley tries to kick off the ground. Werribee's still got the numbers across half-back. Running towards centre half back now, takes a bounce. Further afield, Greg Hart to Edgar, running through the middle of the ground now. Barry Delaney, poor kick off the boot. He's going to put his forwards under pressure. Brad Spicer comes at it. Great grab by Ludick to keep it in front of him. Darren Shelley leads Vilchins to the ball again. Outnumbered here. And hit hard was Collinson at half forward. The Cry defence, eager there. And they hold the ball in Darren Shelley. and also Darren Bennett holding the ball in there for the
Yes,
Corio side.
some very strong work in defence there for the Devils.
Vilchins now gets one low from Robertson. That's going to be a push. And Vilchins to take the free kick, and he's in scoring distance, a big ruckman.
Yeah, experience there too. Good use of the body, Brenton Vilchins, and he'll be shooting from goal, Jason. No more than 35 metres out. Very slight angle.
Should aim it towards the left-hand goalpost, I would say. He comes in now. He does so, and he's put it straight through the middle. That's a great kick from Vilchins. So a good start for him playing at full forward today with Paul Day in the ruck. And good play through the midfield by Edgar and also Hart. And Scotty Johnson getting the ball further afield. And good pick-up by also Luddick there. And finished off by Vilchins. 2 straight goals. The Werribee Centrals and Corio 1 goal, 6 points of difference. And we're at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. And we see Brenton Vilchins on screen, being congratulated by Brad Spicer, who's kicked the other goal for Werribee Centrals this afternoon. Back in the centre again, Robertson and Day to do the ruck work. Robertson gets it down this time, gets it towards Cullen. Wrapped up there was Collinson. The umpire will come in and bounce the ball in the middle of the ground.
Okay, the ball now with umpire Armstrong. As I look at his bouncing style. Not a bad one either. Again, ball drifts to the right of screen, and the big fella Day thumps the ball forward. Ground level, nice work there. I think that was Cockrell. Up there looking for Dave. He finds him. Hand pass, a beauty to the effervescent Baker. He's kicked though, not a good one, but oh, it's trapped beautifully by the Shark. Left foot spin, and he's popped it through. Great goal, Mark O'Toole.
Well, Cookie would have been proud of that one if he had been here, because you and him also, they loved Corio sharpshooter Sharky O'Toole last year, and that was great work. Grabbed the ball at half forward, spun around on his left foot, and easily did it there for Corio's second goal. Corio 2 straight goals. They tie up the game. Werribee 2 goals. Brenton Vilchins and Brad Spicer, the goal kickers there. And great play from Ashley Davey and Paul Baker to set that up. Baker on the wing looking very elusive. Barry Delaney on him. So the Landers ball, Wisbowski, Chartered Accountants, first quarter scoreboard. It's tied up. Corio and Werribee Centrals 2 goals apiece.
And apologies to Richard Bull, of course.
Thanks for that, Ron. It's only taken you 5 minutes to work out his last name. Great work. Back in the centre, Ronnie.
Yeah, great bounce again, too, this time from umpire Armstrong. An infringement on that occasion to the big ruckman, Ray Robinson, and the coach of the Devils gets a free kick right in the middle of Shell Reserve. Now, congested half-forward line. Phil Boyle leads. Nice kick up there, looking there for him. Doesn't quite carry in front. Couldn't take the mark was Nichols. Loose ball kicked off the carpet. Nicely done there by Morley. Out wide to the members' side centre wing. No one can pick the footy up cleanly. Pack of players for them. Umpire Armstrong will bounce down.
On the wing position, grandstand side here at the Devils playground. About 13 minutes gone in this first quarter. Round 1 of GDFL football. Bounce down now. Both ruckmen have to sit and wait. Robertson gets the tap towards, that was Mick O'Toole. Back towards, good play there by Davey to come through, but he couldn't take the ball with him. He gets it back though from the youngster there in Dave Nichols. High kick towards the pocket. Eldridge behind Galauka. Good mark in the back pocket for Werribee Centrals there. And Galauka will take the kick about 45 metres around from the Corio goal.
Yeah, good experience there, Galauka.
Oh,
this time
poor
let himself
kick,
down with the kicking. It's an absolute shocker. He's kicked it to centre half back. Now an opportunity for the Devils if they can pick it up. But oh no, coming through the big ruckman in Day, and Paul Day feeds off the hand pass. Doesn't find the target, allows Phil Boyle now to come in. His quick kick, touched off the boot, said the umpire. Play on's the call. And again, the big ruckman in Paul Day clears the ball for the Werribee Central side to half forward.
Goes to half forward now, picked up there. And that was by Andrew Hawkes and McNamara close on his hammer. The leader of the band's there. He holds it up at half back. He's got support. Darren Bennett's there, but he outnumbered though now. Dobie with the right foot long towards an open goal square. Running back is Ruck. He's going to get there first in front of Andrew Scott. Keeps it close towards the boundary line. Can he keep it in? I don't think he wants to because he's going to be outnumbered. He keeps it in now. It's still in now. It's out of bounds. Good play from the youngster there.
Yeah, great footy, Danny Ruck's been busy, under pressure. He's got the ball from the goal square right out to the forward pocket, and he's picked up a good 40 metres. Great defensive football from the youngster, playing his first season of senior footy from the under-18s last year.
Vilchins to do the ruck work against Robertson now. About 45 metres around from the Central's goal. It's tapped back towards the boundary line. It is going to beat everybody out. And a boundary throw in.
And Cockrell for 51 Guernsey. I might have to confirm that at quarter time with our illustrious team manager, Alan Aiken, from the Corio Footy Club because I thought Ian Cockrell was wearing number 20.
Well, there he goes. He gets it back towards Matthew Cullen. In the back pocket, he goes up towards Dave Cousins. Edgar's there too. Corio have the numbers, though, but it is going to be out of bounds and a boundary throw, and they couldn't keep it in there in front of the grandstand here at Shell Reserve. 2 straight goals apiece here, Corio and Werribee. Thrown in now. Vilchins and Robertson there. Vilchins gets it to the front. Edgar now receives the ball, gives it back to Hart. He runs around, left foot kick is smothered. Lucks of fortune, though, goes to Morley. High kick towards the forward line. Good mark, though, sitting there is Ian Cockrell. And he takes the mark in between half-back and the back pocket grandstand side. He'll go long. He does now. Up towards the wing position. Or going high, and a great mark taken there by Dave Nichols over the back of the pack.
What a streamer.
Great mark from Nichols there. Short little kick. He's got the numbers also further afield. Ruck gives it further afield towards Cullen, shepherded by Dave Cousins. He's got to kick it in front of him. He does so. Davey picks it up at a good pick-up, gets around Lee. Handballs inside again. Left foot kick quickly by Cousins up towards full forward. O'Toole's there. Good use of the body by O'Toole in front of Lance Muse there at full back.
Hasn't the Shark, O'Toole, got great judgment, though, of the flight of the football in the air? Certainly used his body well, but just great judgment in these blustery conditions.
Just took Muse just under the ball a little bit and then worked his way back. Good play by Sharky, and he's going to line up for his second goal this afternoon.
Mark O'Toole, he's kicked 1 straight goal already. He'll be shooting from no more than 25 metres out, directly in front. The left foot drop punt, it looks good. He's actually sliced it off the side of the boot fractionally, and the goal umpire goes to his right, and there's 1 point the result off the boot of Mark O'Toole.
Corio lead by that solitary point. They're 2-1-13. Werribee Central's 2 straight goals. Galauka to kick out from fullback. Sets it up for Scotty Johnson, who leads from the huddle. He's out on his own on half-back grandstand side. Dave Cousins comes at him, but he's still got time. Oh, poor kick off the boot, though, there. And it's going to be out of bounds on the wing position. Poor kick from Scotty Johnson. Corio 2-1-13. Werribee, 2 straight goals. It's the Landers Bull and Wisbowski first quarter scoreboard.
Yes, and a good 14 minutes gone of this first quarter. Corio doing very well against quite a sizable breeze here this afternoon, Jason Doherty.
You'd think the wind was 2 or 3 goals for the right-hand end of screen, so Werribee Central certainly want to get a couple of quick ones on the board. Corio have done well through midfield so far. Boundary throw in. Day and Robertson. Robertson has to sit, puts it in front of him. Got the numbers, though, again, Werribee. Scotty Johnson just handballs to nobody in particular. Edgar picks it up. Quick right foot kick by him. Vilchins. Shelley runs straight at the ball. Great play from Darren Shelley there. He pushes out towards centre-half back. Werribee got the numbers again. They're running. Delaney's going to be wrapped up by Baker. Good play by him. Aiken at centre-half back. Quick right foot kick back into the centre. Paul Smith, also Gareth Buck there, running through. Good play. Dave Cousins takes a bounce. He's got support. Davies up further afield. He goes longer than that towards Boyle. And O'Toole there again, running past Davey. He should be able to put the first one on the board. He's going to get tackled. He patches on the ground. That is holding the ball. Just took a little bit too long there, the assistant coach. Good play by Galauka to get him, and he's going to take the free kick.
Just goes to show he can't kick with his left foot, maybe, actually, Davey. On that occasion, it would have been quite easy for him just to pop it through on his left foot, but couldn't do so.
Galauka goes towards Edgar at half-back. He takes the mark. In fact, it's nearly in the back pocket. He goes with his right boot. Coming from behind is Collinson, but good mark in front is Mick O'Toole, and he takes the mark at half-forward for the Devils.
Yeah, good vision too, Mick. Goes straight to the centre of the ground. You'll get a game next week, son, because he's picked the coach out in... Ray Robertson feeds off now to, looks like Cullen it is, the stocky little ruck rover, drop punts up, beauty! Oh, Sharky feeds off, should have went back and had a shot at goal for mine, put Baker in a worse position, and had to run into the forward pocket, and his left foot shot at goal is well offline. And maybe the runner should have a talk to Sharky and just settle him down a little bit.
Yeah, because you'd want him to kick for goal. He's a great kick for goal. Galauka from the last line of defence. Goes up towards Day. Robertson over the back. Can't take the mark, but great recovery from the veteran. Gets the handball further afield. Cullen, who's wreaking havoc in the middle already for the Devils. Day, he gets it further afield to Scotty Johnson on the wing. Got time to set something up. Poor kick off the boot again, though. Werribee lacking some ball skills there. Scott tries to get it further afield. Darren Aiken at centre-half back. Quick kick out towards Ruck, and also Greg Hart running out towards the boundary line, but it is going to beat them over. And a boundary throw in at half-forward for Werribee Central's grandstand side.
Yes, at the present time, and you've probably got to give Corio a little bit of credit there for the harassment and pressure they're placing on the Werribee players, because at the moment, the skill level of the Werribee side is probably nowhere near as good as the Corio side at present.
Great play by Vilchins, though, to get the ball out of the ruck. Gives it to Scott. Poor kick off the boot again, though. Ludick close towards the boundary line, and followed by Mickey Mostert there. It's going to beat both out, so a boundary throw in about 20 metres around from the Werribee Central's goal. 2-1-13 Corio. Werribee, 2 straight goals, kicking with a 2 to 3 goal breeze in this first quarter. Boundary throw in, Day in front, Robertson from behind. Both get a little tap to it. Can't take it with him is Danny Ruck. Gets wrapped up. Got support though. Mick O'Toole's there on his right boot. Short little kick. Looking for Cullen. Falls to Greg Hart though. He switches play back inboard to Robbie Edgar. Sits and waits. It's play on now. He's just inside the centre square. Goes with the right boot. Up towards Laddick. It's over the back. Corio had the numbers. Aitken can't pick it up. Going to be harassed by Delaney. He's got support though. And Darren Shelley straight at the ball as always. Darren Shelley. In the back pocket. Mostert throws it over the top towards Baker. Stop him playing now. Collinson gets it. Lux of fortune back to Brad Spicer. Right foot kick. Oh, that's high. That's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, again, good pressure there from Paul Baker, and also the leader of the band there, and Darren McNamara, doing a great job for the Corio side in defence, forcing the error of Brad Spicer, and the free kick now taken to the back pocket.
Ruck goes up towards half back. Vilchins is outnumbered. Going to get one for high. A free kick, I would say. He's going to pay the mark anyway. Gareth Buck at half forward in front of us here in the commentary box. He's going to push it up towards full forward. Luddick in front, can't take the mark. And Cockrell on his hammer. There he is again. Oh, he gets one high. Should be a free kick. Luddick coming back. And Cockrell will take the free kick.
Now, Tepper's just being frayed a little bit here. The eggshell, Darren Shelley, gets up just saying to the umpire, he got me around the neck too, umpy. But it's okay because they retain possession, the Corio side. Cockrell, well done, goes out wide and finds his teammate. Looks like Eldridge out there. And he plays on quickly to another under-18 boy who's come up through the ranks, and that was Ruck, I think you'll find.
Yep.
Good work there to half back, and I think you'll find it's the leader of the band.
No, it's Dave Cousins in fact.
David Cousins, he'll kill me for saying that.
He goes in towards the centre of the ground, but a good mark taken by Collinson. Just had to sit and wait. The leader of the band standing on the mark now in the centre of the ground. Not much on offer. He goes with a right foot kick long. Robinson's in front. Should take the mark. He drops it. Luddick on his hammer. He's over the top now. He taps it out back towards Day and also Cockrell. Cockrell should be able to beat him to the ball. He does. Gets a quick right foot kick. Luddick. Handball, Dobie. Oh, great pressure from Corio here. Dave Cousins, he plays the ball in front of him. He's got support in O'Toole. They can't take the ball with him now. They push it further at field. Edgar gets it back to Barry Delaney, the captain. He goes up towards Luddick. I don't think he'll be able to keep it in. It might bounce out. It bounces back, a leg break, but it's still going to beat him out. And a boundary thrown about 25 metres around from the Werribee goal.
Yeah, again, good pressure from the Corio defence, forcing the error there on Werribee's side and having a little bit of trouble getting it through the big sticks to the Werribee Central side at the present time, who have got the use of a good 3 to 4 goal breeze.
Boundary throw in now. Day in front. Robinson from behind. He comes over the top. Push back in front towards the boundary line. Corio still the numbers Ruck, who's had a great influence on this first quarter. He gets the ball to Eldridge. The youngster's doing well for Corio at the moment. Flipped out to Cockrell. Right foot kick around the corner. McNamara has to sit and wait. He does so. And a good mark by the leader of the band at half back. He plays on quickly. Mick O'Toole. Left foot kick is a great one. He finds Davey. He can't take the mark. Baker's there. Can he beat two? He's got Delaney and Vilchins. Vilchins off the ground. Straight to Cullen at centre half back. He pushed it out towards the wing position. It's 2-on-1. Galauka's going to come across and help Buck. But they're going to be beaten by Paul Smith. Good play there by the Devil youngster. And he pushed it out of bounds. Good play there.
Showed a ton of dash, didn't he?
Yeah.
Paul Smith had beat two Werribee Central players, getting it out of bounds from that danger area because it was an absolute certainty that there was going to be a forward thrust there from Werribee. And yep, it pleased the bench also of the Corio side as Paul Smith got it to the boundary line.
Boundary throw in now. Push towards the wing. Barry Delaney's got the run of the ball. Paul Smith comes across, tackles him without the ball. No free kick. McNamara, he's got 3 or 4 Werribee Centrals against him, but the leader of the band does it easy and pushes it out of bounds for a boundary throw in just in front of us here at the commentary box. Still 2-1-13 Corio. Werribee, 2 straight goals.
Like a bottle of wine, Daryl McNamara. Fair dinkum. The older he gets, the better it seems to taste.
Boundary throw in again. Straight through. Mick O'Toole. Handball. Further afield, great play by Eldridge to give it to Davey. He's going to be tackled, but he gets his kick away. One out now. O'Toole and Muse push away against Sharky O'Toole this time, and Muse is going to take the free kick at full-back. So the Warriors, he relieves the pressure out towards Galauka at half-back, takes the mark, sits and waits. Eldridge holds him up. He's got Scotty Johnson in the middle of the ground. He goes in that direction now. He'll have to sit and wait also. Ruck gets one hand to it. In fact, it was Bennett. Dobie now leads. Great handball from him. Scott, oh, he bounces and can't pick the ball up. The pressure again from the Corio defence. He gets supporting Collinson. Luddick now, and also Darren Bennett on top of the ball. Good play from him. And Corio bottle it up at half-back once again.
They certainly do. And let's have a look. We've approached the time on mark. 25 minutes gone in this first quarter. And the scoreboard check shows that Corio 13 points. Lead Werribee Central's 12 on the LBW Chartered Accountant scoreboard.
Oh, great play from Robinson to get the ball out to 3 Devils running. Danny Ruck, he keeps it in front of him all the way. Gets one high, can play on advantage. Oh, no, he should have been able to play on advantage there.
Yeah, penalising the
Yeah,
side, but
he had the ball in front of him.
certainly, and that's probably the reason why he's got to go back, because the ball went beyond
Okay.
the mark.
All right, Ron Brain, the umpire's friend already this season. Good to see. McNamara up, coming from behind Membry. Edgar has to sit and wait. He's bottled up by Cullen, and also the leader of the band, and that's holding the ball.
Great tackle.
And McNamara will take the free kick, and quick play again. Gives it to Mick O'Toole running past. O'Toole coming out. Also sitting there, Paul Smith. Great mark.
Yeah, good body work, though, too, from
O'Toole,
Sharky O'Toole. Made it a bit easier for young Paul Smith, who has been very impressive in this first quarter.
Might be a bit far out to score, though.
Yeah,
kicking into the wind.
50 into the breeze.
Great play from McNamara also in the middle of the ground. And Mick O'Toole, who's been running past a few times in this first quarter, through the centre. Smith comes in with the left boot. He's going to miss it to the near side. Fair kick, though, off the boot.
Yes, looks very a fair bit of quality.
Looks
there.
a likely type, doesn't he, Rob?
A likely type's the word I was looking for, Jason. And, well, the Devils have always been able to produce some very good youngsters, and they haven't let me down again in '96. As I think you'll find it's Gareth Buck brings the ball back into play. Looks there for Vilsons. The big boy, too strong, takes a great mark. Feeds off now to his teammate running there at centre wing. And his kick, a beauty there from, let's have a look, it might have been Andy Hawkes, it was. And Hawkes kicked now to half forward.
Ooh.
Could be a free kick there, but advantage paid. Good hands. Over the top, Edgar, opportunity.
He's handballed a point.
Well, unfortunately for Robbie Edgar, it was great football because he had his teammate there in the goal square.
Paul Day, I'd say.
Paul Day, the big ruckman it was. But unfortunately, the Breezes carried the ball through and a line of score has resulted from that Robbie Edgar hand pass.
So 2-1-13 Werribee, Corio 2-2-14. The kick in from O'Toole. He gets it short and receives the ball back. Goes out towards the wing position, Ruck there, and also Eldridge. Hart, he's got 3 against him. Handball over the top. He's got Hawkes. He uses him now. Left foot kick around the boundary line towards Luddick. It's going to beat him out as it has done a couple of times in this first quarter. He just can't get a handle on the ball. Mostert helped O'Toole out from the back line there. But a boundary throw in. And Werribee Central's about 35-40 metres around from their goal. Still trail by a point late stage of this first quarter.
Really need one at this boundary throw-in as Werribee, as Paul Day, the big ruckman, infringes, I think you'll find. No, the umpire's gone the other way. I thought Day may have been a little bit late in that encounter, but the umpire's called a push. And the big ruckman from the Army, Paul Day, comes in now. The drop punt looks good off the boot to the teeth of goal. It goes,
mark.
But what a great mark at the back of the pack. Umpire's got to bring it back. He was very late with the whistle.
No, he's called play on, Matthew Cullen. He's called play on. He kicked quickly out towards Paul Baker and called play on the umpire there, so it's out of bounds. Bit harsh.
Hard on Matty Cullen.
That's
there.
Brett Rovier's favourite umpire, Cameron Duthie there. I think it's contraband. That's the only reason why he's friends. Big smile from the cameraman, technical producer, director, whatever he wants to call himself. Boundary throw-in about 40 metres around from the Werribee Central's goal. Vilchins, Robertson gets it down to O'Toole again, who's been influential as skipper. Gets it to Baker on the wing. He's going to be tackled by Edgar. He is there, but he gets away from him. Left foot kick, long. Smith has to sit and wait. Pushed out towards Eldridge. Hawkes, can he keep it in? He does so. Davey comes at him. It's out of bounds now. He would have been wrapped up. Straight in front of our commentary box here. Andrew Hawkes wrapped up by Ashley Davey. And a boundary throw-in. Vilchins now to do the ruck work against Davey. Pushed it forward towards Eldridge. Davey picks it up again. Gets a quick right foot kick away. Sitting and waiting there was Morley. And also Dave Nichols. Keeps it in front of him. Good play by the youngster. He's got support on the outside from Ruck there, but he doesn't need it because he's going to get a free kick. Great vision because he's got Cullen running through the middle. Cullen, if he can pick it up and sit, he does so. Oh, pressure coming now from Lee. Tackles him. Left foot kick. Good play by Lee there to come out and back himself. Morley over the top of the ball. Left foot kick long towards the boundary line. He'll probably beat all players out if it sits. Lee's running after it. He was down in the pack. It sits in and waits for him now so he can run on. He's got Johnson. He goes further afield up towards Scott. Scott takes a mark in front of Robinson. No, he doesn't. Free kick. And on the wing, Andrew Scott will take the resultant free kick there.
Andy Scott now. Opportunity to drive the Centrals into attack. Long bomb. Oh, he decides to go for the hand pass. Puts the big fella under a bit of pressure. Good enough to get it to Robbie Edgar, who just chips it into the pocket. Poor football, Robbie Edgar, because chipping in, taking a great mark is the Mozzie, Michael Mustards.
He goes further afield to Shelley, onto Cockrell, who's running past from the back line. Short little kick over the top to Aiken. Oh, he can't quite get it, though. I think it's going to be out of bounds on the full. It is. And a free kick to Werribee. It's going to be taken by Collinson.
Well, maybe the timekeepers forgot the button. 30 minutes gone here of this first quarter. Scoreboard shows that Corio 14 points
great
lead.
mark.
Werribee Central's 13. 1 point the margin. There's a great mark taken there at half back by
Darren Aiken.
It is
And
two.
another great mark by Paul Smith. The youngsters wreaking havoc for the Devils. And the old man too. McNamara gets the ball through to Dave Nichols. Another youngster long. 2-on-1. O'Toole. Good lead. Good mark. He had support there in ball as well. He should be able to kick his left boot. He's going to be about 45, 50 metres out from goal. Not much of an angle. Yeah. He's just umpire Armstrong just bringing him around a bit. So not much of an angle to speak of. This will be a crucial goal for Corio. Kicking with the breeze in the second quarter if they can get this in the late stage of this first quarter. And will come in for his second goal. Comes in now. Should aim just towards the left-hand goal post. Goes out towards the left, comes in, great kick off the boot. Look at that,
Goal.
and Sharky telling Lance Muse all about it on the mark there also. Second goal, an important one for the Devils. They're going to go along to 3 goals, 2-20, and lead Werribee Centrals by 7 points. So a 2-1-13 on the Landers Bull and Wisbowski Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard. And Ron Brain, you've done it again. You're a marvel.
Thank you very much, Jason Doherty's. A good shot there by our cameraman technician extraordinaire, Brett Revere. The Shark, just letting the people know here that he's king of the castle in the square, and he's popped through his second for the afternoon, and a handy 7-point lead now to the Devils.
Robertson gets a tap down towards Cousins, left foot kick around the corner, Smith and against Gareth Buck. Membry off the ground towards Barry Delaney. Davey over the top of the ball. Membry back there. Pack develops. Oh, that's a throw from Membry there, but the umpire was on the wrong side of the pack. Edgar over towards Buck, running off half back, and handball towards Johnson. Hawks running past in front of the commentary box now on the wing. Short kick towards Day. Has to sit and wait. Can't take the mark. Great rove from Scott off the back of the pack. Turns around on his right boot. That will be a great goal if he got it. I think he has. Great play. Andrew Scott roving off the back of the pack. And great roving off the back of Paul Day there. Got around the tackle from Darren Bennett and kicked the goal.
That's the goal of the day to date for mine. A beauty under pressure, and he screwed it back there. Did Andy Scott, and kicks the Central's third goal, brings the margin back to 1 point.
So a quick reply there from Werribee Centrals. And the Landers Bull and Wisbowski first quarter scoreboard will show that Corio 3-2-20 and Werribee Centrals are 3-1-19.
LBW Chartered Accountants, Commonwealth Bank Building, Mirabel Street, Geelong. For all your taxation and accounting requirements, they always look after GDFL football supporters.
Back in the centre now, Robertson. And Vilchins in the ruck now for Werribee Centrals. Good bounce. Robertson, great play to Mick O'Toole. Great rucking and roving also. Out towards Nichols at half forward. Takes the mark on half forward. Goes back. Oh, good kick. He'll get a game next week because he kicked it to the coach at centre half forward. Robertson. Now the siren has gone. He's going to have to kick it 55 metres. He wants to kick it quickly so Werribee don't get the men back there. It'll be a big torpedo if he can get onto it. He has too. He's got onto it. But I think it's going to land short. It is. By about 5-10 metres, but it was a fair kick there from the coach.
Great effort from the coach of the Devils in Ray Robertson, and at quarter time, quite an interesting quarter, Jason, with 1 point to margin. Corio, who had quite a sizable breeze disadvantage, have been able to hold out the Centrals and go in at quarter time 1 point leaders in our opening stanza for 1996 for Geelong District Football League. Round 1, match of the day. The Devils taking on the Centrals. Go in at quarter time, 1 point leaders. Goal kickers for that first quarter. Corio, Mark O'Toole with 2, Paul Baker 1. And the Centrals, Brenton Filson's, Andy Scott and Brad Spicer, single goal kickers. We'll be back with the action shortly on 94.9 Guest FM.